All right, in 5, 4, 3,
Cheap flights.
Cornbread.
How's it going, everyone? This is Frank Cavone, the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
What's going on, guys? Brett Porter joining me tonight, Frankie Cavone, as we do episode 13 of the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast at the Lagoon in Lake George. What better asymmetry, what better high-level SAT? We're at April 13th. We do our 13th Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast.
Yes.
We have a nice crowd tonight, beautiful view of the lake to those of you who aren't on this side of the camera. And we are going to do everything we normally do, a little bit of bullshittery, a little bit of promotions going on, a little bit of trivia, a lot of money to give away. So those of you who don't understand how podcasts work yet, get your grandson to help you by looking us up on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, and there's others that...
Yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Spotify, and soon we're going to be on Twitch. And our first episode on Twitch is something that we are actually really excited to announce.
Dude, super excited.
And it's really exciting that we get to do it, like you said, in one of the greatest views.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
32 miles of beauty here in Lake George, New York. The Lagoon sits right here on it. If you're here in the summertime, please go and check out the Lagoon. It's definitely one of the more laid-back places to go to. And I'm seriously, like, staring at everybody else's food right now. I'm like, wow, this all looks very delicious.
Can I just say out of context how weird that sounds?
It probably sounds horrible.
That's all right.
But I don't know. Just looking at like the pizzas, they got a wood-fired pizza thing here. This place is pretty legit. So we're gonna be back here though, April 30th.
April 30th.
Isn't that correct?
We're going to be back in LG, April 30th.
April 30th. What's going on April 30th, Brett?
Well, so those of you who did tune in to episode 1 of Cheap Flights and Cornbread, a man by the name of Michael Shome from local band Annie in the Water got his guitar and other gear, I believe, stolen upon a stoop in downtown Albany. So we decided we're going to be nice people and we're going to raise some money for a good cause, and that is to hopefully get Mr. LaChaume back on his feet and back to touring, back to recording, back to making some banger music with the rest of Annie in the Water. And we're going to be doing that by basically allotting the entirety of April 30th to entertaining the hell out of you guys through a series of stupid shenanigans, opportunities to win money from other local businesses, through trivia, perhaps a paint and sip, definitely some live music, an open mic night, some Let's Plays,
We're going to be doing a bunch of things.
Yeah.
We do, open mic. I'm going to be playing a set of music for you guys as well. But it's all in the name of charity. And seriously, like, Mike, great guy, hell of a guitarist, Annie in the Water, and on their album release party night, guys, guitar stolen right off his stoop. Was it the Stoop Kid? Who knows?
I feel like
all that we know is we want to get him another guitar. Yeah. And if you also head to our website, mirth-films.com, you will go and find a limited edition t-shirt all about the fundraiser. And it just comes from another stupid idea we had. Like, every one of our ideas are just dumb. None of them make any sense. They never do. But somehow they end up working out. And stupid is as stupid does, I guess, as Forrest Gump once said. But dude, we haven't done a podcast, first of all, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. You were out on vacation, dude, and congratulations. You just turned a year older. How do you feel?
Thank you. Well, I feel...
Usually they say happy birthday, but that's not how I do it.
No, I don't. I hate that. I hate most... I can go off on that forever. That's not the point. But I turned 26, and which officially means since April 10th of the year of our Lord 2022, I've been without health insurance, which means we're on day 4 concurrently of not having health insurance. And let me tell you, I don't really feel any different in that regard. I don't go to the doctor anyway. So now I just feel as if I'm saving my mom some money. So you're welcome, Mom. That is my early Mother's Day gift to you. I know we're about a month removed from that. But I did get to spend 4 days in Florida in a nice little location called Deerfield Beach.
Okay.
It looks like a very, what you would say is like a retirement community, which was really weird because more often than not, we were the youngest people wherever we went by like 30 years. But it was fun. We beached it up a little bit, did a lot of touristy stuff, just walked around for a few days. Went to a dive, which of course, wherever I go,
You gotta go.
I'm gonna go to a.
You're Brett Pork.
I'm gonna go to a fucking dive bar. And so I always, it's I don't know, like there are dogs that can sniff drugs. There are like people who can like smell every ingredient in a dish. I can smell a dive bar from at least a town away. And we were tossed up between a drag bar and the dive, and we only decided on the dive because it was walking distance. We would have had to Uber to.
Okay.
Because
So out of convenience, you went to the dive bar.
Oh yeah, of course. And you know it's a dive bar where you can smoke inside anywhere. Jello shots with
Okay.
whipped cream for like $2 a piece.
An old musty pinball machine, maybe, or
No. It was still very new age.
still very new age. Okay.
Just the atmosphere was divey. A lot of dogs, which
Okay.
always about. We saw one who looked like they could have been Iris's younger or older sibling.
Really, just as
Yeah.
calm.
Just as adorable, not as skinny.
Oh, okay.
Someone who didn't have to win Best Eater.
Well, Iris is very weight conscious, but somehow she manages to keep it down. She just worries all day and just worries her weight away. So that's why she's always been 48 pounds for as long as I know her.
If only that worked for me.
Yeah, same, right? Geez. It's not easy doing these podcasts because we got to get, we got to get a little, in the moment to do this. I know, at least for me, like one of the things I said before, like if I don't get enough sleep before, like anything that I have to do where I'm actively like talking and communicating with people, I'm screwed. That's when I start slamming Impact energy drinks from Stewart's. Shout out to Stewart's. Thank you for keeping that around at least.
2 for 2, man.
2 for 2. But yeah, 2 weeks off from the podcast, not a problem with me. We got lives, man. We got lives.
We do.
And I also had a lot of fun. I was going to end with this part in our "How is your week going" section, but I will probably say this is the best year and most happiest I've ever been in my life. And I say that because I had this epiphany, I had this moment in my mind when I was photographing Ryan Montbleu on Saturday night. I couldn't ask for anything more. Like, dude, I am enjoying everything to the fullest. Everything, this whole experience working with you has been great.
Thank you.
Dude, I think I know where I want my life to go in the future. When I say future, I mean the next couple of years and how I want to spend it and who I want to spend it with. Dude, I am so lucky to be alive right now, and just like everybody else, we're all so lucky to be alive. Bless up, dude.
That was
like
what in the DJ fucking college did I
dude,
just say?
I like said it out loud to myself the other night at Putnam Place. I was like, I sat outside. I was just going to cool off. I was like thinking to myself. Like I said, I was like thinking to myself. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I've never felt like this before. It's weird. Like so much that inspired me to write 2 songs with lyrics.
Really?
Yeah. One of them is about skateboarding.
Well,
Another one I can absolutely not talk about right now.
it has nothing to do with skateboarding.
It has nothing to do with skateboarding. It's very, very personal, and it's about something that happened recently in my life that I don't know. I'm just not ready to share it with the world yet. Maybe I will on the 24-hour podcast. So, because it's a freaking great song. It is way out of my element. Like it's not very like jammy. It's not heavy. It is like far from that. Like,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't think you had any other elements to your music.
Don't worry, it's not pop punk or anything. We don't do that.
No pop punk. No Blink 182.
Yeah, no Blink. No Brand New.
What's the
no
other?
brand old.
Some 41.
Some 41. Bayside. Whatever. the hell those bands
Whoever
are.
else. There's others.
Doesn't
State
matter.
champs.
We're giving them too much publicity as it is talking
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, you were off for 2 weeks. Last weekend, we had Dark Star Orchestra rescheduled shows at the Palace Theater. That was really cool. I got to meet the whole band. And on the second night, walked out on stage with them and took the band photo. And just like them and like the whole crowd, dude, it was breathtaking. And it was I don't know, maybe that's another thing. Like I feel like all sides of my life are going pretty good right now. I can't complain, but like these little bad boys right here. So I splurged pretty good. I'm gonna stop with this shit. But Sony A7 IV. I've shot the Sony A7 III for about 5 years. It's one of my favorite cameras of all time. I photographed most of my favorite concert photos on there. Everybody from Metallica, Weezer, Dead and Company, Fish, literally I shot it all on a Sony after I switched it from Canon, and they just came out with the A7 IV. Picked up an A7 R4, and I had that for my first shoot back. Dark Star Orchestra, just really in it. I don't know, just like being on the other side of the stage when you're photographing a concert beats being in the pit all day long.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Backstage,
man.
Go grab yourself a free beer.
Oh yeah,
whatever,
definitely.
Dude.
What kind of beer does Dark Star Orchestra drink?
So Dark Star Orchestra drinks Budweiser.
Okay.
That's what they had backstage.
That's a solid middle of the line beer selection.
It's an all-American beer.
If
Anheuser-Busch, same beer makers as the greatest people in the world. Busch.
Yes.
Just Busch. No latte, just Busch. Heavy.
So
yeah.
Yeah, it depends. I don't find a significant taste difference in the Busch nor the latte, but I will say, Budweiser to me is infinitely better than Bud Light.
I believe so.
And I
don't like Bud Light.
I'll take that to my grave any day.
Dude,
Budweiser, dude, completely.
It actually does something to you too.
Yeah, makes you feel full.
Makes you feel full.
Like, yeah, makes you feel like you drank a good beer.
Makes you feel like stone cold.
Makes you feel like stone cold.
But also this last weekend was just such a great weekend. Back-to-back concerts. Aqueous with Root Shock at the I'm mixing up two shows. Aqueous with Baked Shrimp at Putnam Place. That was really awesome. Aqueous is a great Buffalo band, and I just want to take a side note here and talk to you guys personally. When Aqueous comes into town in upstate New York, show up. Every time they come here, it's half the size. It's half as big as the venue, like in crowd size. It's bullshit. One of the best bands to come out of the jam band scene in 15 years. But no one ever comes out and gives them love in upstate New York. So tisk tisk,
Man.
whoever didn't make it to the Aqueous show, you suck. Sorry.
I wasn't at the
Just going to be
Aqueous
very
show.
blunt about that. You're all right, though. You're down for the cause.
Thanks, buddy.
Big Shrimp, always great to see those guys. But then the next day we had Ryan Montbleu in town with Root Shock, which you can now check out the full Root Shock show cut in multicam video on the YouTube channel, Mirth Films YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe to. It helps the podcast. It helps the live music community because for us, it allows us to keep doing this. And I only bring that up just because we're talking about that. Full Root Shock show, great audio right there, right now. Ryan Montbleu's show will also be on there within the next week. Please check that out as well. Great set. Ryan was also awesome. Invited us up to go to Burlington, go skate with him, and record.
Oh.
So definitely gonna hit you up, Ryan. Hope to work with him a lot. This is a long how was your week, but there's a lot that happened. I guess really that's it. Other than that, I do want to talk about the Listen Up Awards. Listen Up Awards is something that we're doing with Alfred from Radio X. Great guy. You got to meet him on the podcast one time.
I've never related to any guest any more than I ever have Art Fredette.
Dude, you were literally on the way to
Dude,
be.
I want him to open up another dive and I want to work at it.
I cannot talk about that.
All right.
I
not knowing anything of what you're talking about, I can only, what's the word? Extrapolate.
Yes. There are going to be a lot of great things that come from working with Radio X. If you don't know Radio X, they are a radio station online, and they are also an on-print monthly newspaper that goes out everywhere in the capital region and I think within a 60-mile radius. It's a really cool newspaper, but we're doing the Listen Up Awards, People's Choice Music Awards. Your vote, your choice. Head to our website right now. Go and nominate your favorite capital region and upstate bands. Seriously, it's going to happen at Lark Hall, June 17th. Drink as much beer as you want. Don't wear a suit. Put on your favorite pair of jeans and your favorite band shirt that you haven't washed in 2 days. It's
That's
gonna
oddly
be,
specific.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I personally think that award shows can be pretty stuffy at times. That's just me.
I think,
That's
I
why
think
it's just
the
like we're
general
going to have
format-
fun.
Well, I think that's part of the reason that Will Smith smacking Chris Rock was like such a thing. Because let's think about it. These are paid actors, actresses, musicians, people of that, what's the word?
Caliber.
Je ne sais quoi.
Okay. Je ne sais quoi.
They
We're kind of close to Quebec.
Yeah. Close enough. I mean, there is a Canada Street in Lake George.
Fucking on it.
Technically. But I just think it's so disconnected from the way the world really is. And I think that's what, personally, I look forward to the most about the Listen Up Awards, because it's going to be real. It's going to be raw. It's going to be better or worse, probably worst. Everyone being their genuine self. I only say that because, as a whole, people suck.
Well, and that's another thing too. There's going to be superlative awards too. There's going to be live
Yeah,
musical
none that I'm fucking
performances.
nominated for.
Tickets are on sale right now. You can get them for $20. And I do want to thank our sponsors for the Listen Up Awards that we cannot announce yet. I don't even know why I brought that up. But it is going to be a hell of a ride working with Radio X. That's all I can say. I actually have information I can share with you that we can't talk about right now.
And that's fantastic. We're doing a lot of what's called teasing.
We're bouncing around the room.
We're really leaving everybody on their toes. No one really knows our next move.
I just feel like, dude, we have so much going on.
Because we can't talk about our next move.
Yeah.
It's really, what's the word? It's really, I hate to say clickbaity, but kind of. But you know what? We all got to be clickbaity from time to time.
It's true.
Because you never know what's going to happen next.
You never know, and I can at least say, even outside of the Radio X thing, something that we haven't happened in the fall that we cannot even absolutely not talk about.
Not yet.
Is going to be even bigger than this thing. So that's why you are really living in the copper age of Mirth Films. I wouldn't say we're yet in the golden age, because I don't want to say that
silver.
this is the best we've ever been. Because I truly hope we get better at what we do.
Yeah, we're no longer shooting podcasts in kitchens. We've now upgraded to a stand where musicians normally play when the bar is busier.
Exactly.
And Frankie's office and Doug's house. We've come a long way, my guy.
I will say, I'm not going to lie, I'm really looking forward to being back just in the office. So
yeah.
There's no traveling for a little bit. I mean, you can travel.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't care, dude. It's driving.
Up here, dude.
Dude, do you know what all I do while I drive is I throw on a podcast and I just like lean back just a little and I relax. And then when I wake up, I'm in Albany. I don't know how it happens every single time.
You had a Tesla before Teslas were real.
No, I don't actually. I have a 1998 Acura Legend.
It's just a really solid just driver's wheel that does not turn left or right.
Yeah, unwavering.
Unwavering.
I always wake up.
Beer?
I always wake up in the general vicinity of your apartment. It's beautiful. Actually, yeah. If we would take a second to acknowledge the fact that we do have the sixth man. Yeah, Fiddlehead, my guy. Dylan McKenzie has decided to be our individual server of sorts. He's not being paid by Lagoon because they're not hiring just yet. It's the off season in Lake George, but he did kind of just show up, and always appreciate his company. If you ever need positive reinforcement on what you're doing, Dylan McKenzie offers a lot of that. Yep. And at the very least, right now, he's getting me a beer.
Well,
how do you fault a man for that?
No, and I think we just created the first middleman at a bar.
Yes. Forget the sixth man. He's moving on up, dude. He's the Jeffersons. But speaking of, while Dylan is grabbing our drinks. So yeah, as that note shows you, Sam Girardi, our guest, the one who called me John Daly on one podcast.
Really?
Yeah, dude. A boy of mine and Max's. Didn't realize who it was at first. Slipped out on him on the podcast because I'm an idiot. But he's still at the gym right now. He thought we were going during normal trivia, which we are, to those of you who haven't been to the Lagoon yet, they do their trivia Wednesdays at 7:30. We started in the ballpark of 6 to 6:10. So we were going to have our boy Sam Girardi, a fellow bartender. All my friends are bartenders. They're either bartenders, cleaners, or unemployed. And he is a bartender. But he was going to be our guest for trivia tonight to win some real cash out of my pocket, unfortunately. When you're at the gym, when you're going after those glorious gains, sometimes life has different plans, and his plans today did not include anything to do with Mirth Films trivia. So instead, we have decided, we are going to have Dylan McKenzie participating in some trivia to win some money, up to and including a ballpark of $40. Thank you, Dylan. You're a gentleman and a scalp. So whenever that time comes, we'll do that. Dylan McKenzie will be our trivia person.
All right, so I think, honestly, well, you know what? Before we do that, I am going to plug some stuff. Again, go and check out our YouTube channel. That is the best way to watch us live. And I think after a certain amount of time, we're going to stop going live on Facebook and just stick to YouTube and Twitch. Just so we can be more graphic, you know. I feel like Facebook, it's like, oh, my mom's on there. I can't say this, you know. Like,
Well,
that's how I feel.
Well, I don't see it as that. I see it a lot more, what's the word, nihilistic than you. That's a delightful way to think about the world of social media. I see it more like you have the wrong opinion and all of a sudden, oh, hey, why can't we log into Mirth Films, Frankie?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. We're too far into this podcast to start over.
No, it is all right. All right, guys. I think, yeah, let's do the podcast. Sorry, let's do the trivia quick.
Absolutely.
I also want to say, for the listeners that are listening to the podcast right now, we did not do this episode live.
Yeah.
And I will say, for myself personally, doing a podcast live is way easier than doing it not live. I feel way more pressure not doing it live. That's why, if you didn't listen to this, well, you obviously didn't hear the mess ups because you listened to it from the beginning, but I messed up 4 times and he had to take over.
Yeah, something that has only happened once and hopefully will only happen once.
I can't do it, it's just way too tough.
It started, we had 3 or 4 hiccups.
Yeah.
And then at the 4th hiccup, at some point, one of us realized we weren't recording. I'll let you at home take your guesses as to who that was. Me. And we decided, okay. And by we, I mean me. Said, I'm leading this off, Frankie. Nothing else you can do to convince me at this point. I'm going to do it. Is it going to be great? No. But I'm gonna
it was actually pretty solid, I want to say.
6 out of 10?
It was interesting the way you did the intro compared to the way I did. It didn't sound like a bunch of blabber. I just hate listening to myself talk.
Well, I
I
think we all do. Unless you're the biggest narcissist on planet Earth. No one sits and talks and is like, I like that. Dude, we all, I mean, but at the same time, I also like to think we're all our own worst critic.
Absolutely.
But I think that's a big proponent of that, is I really like to think I'm like Barry White reincarnated or some other deep-voiced, handsome young man.
Absolutely are.
But then I hear myself talk, and I think, wow, I'm a tenor at best. What am I doing? So, yeah, we're all our own worst critic. Hell, I just got a fucking mustache hair in my mouth. Because I also decided I'm not cutting my hair for the rest of the year.
Are you really not?
I'm really not. And already in, like, I could just feel it. I might asterisk it just for the mustache. Because, well, you know, I've been wearing a Fiddlehead IPA mustache after every single sip.
Yeah.
So I might,
it's good stuff,
I might amend it. It is great.
I like that it is so accessible now to drink at the bar. Like, every
Absolutely.
bar has it.
Well,
Except Bombers. Does Bombers have it?
I don't know. But at the same time, they still have a pretty vast selection of IPAs.
The Mickey Boodle.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever talked about that beer publicly.
I don't think so. It's a good sour. Great sour from Thin Line Brewing,
what
based
kind
out
of
of
sour
Buffalo.
is that? Guava, right?
Grapefruit.
Oh, grapefruit sour. Mickey Boodle, wherever it's based out of. Go check
Thin
it
Line
out.
Brewing out of Buffalo, New York.
You know everything.
No, I don't. I know enough, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, let's get this trivia started here.
Yes.
Because we are the openers to the trivia tonight, and it is 6:40, and we got to, we're on the backside of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
So
best case scenario.
Dylan McKenzie, we're gonna have Dylan McKenzie, the 6th man. I'm gonna have him take my mic quick. He's gonna come here and do the trivia with Brett.
All right.
Welcome, Dylan McKenzie.
All right. Thank you for coming along, my guy. We are going to just do a quick transition of microphones to.
Don't even worry about it. Cut it.
Dude, no, we're not even gonna cut it. Don't tell me what to do with my life. What you guys can't see here, cut to my camera quick. What you guys can't see here is that we have upgraded microphones. These lavalier microphones are very much less in the way of things. You can slide it up your shirt and hook it up to your collar like this. So when Frankie has to take a pee break or we put Dylan in, we can do cool things like this. These microphones are $40 at our local Amazon retailer, and they have not really been used yet up until now. And we've been having fun with it so far. As I said, a lot less into the setup and teardown associated with it. $40, better sound quality, all things considered. But it's fantastic because look, you see all of this, and what you don't see is that these giant mics in the way, not necessarily giant, but enough to really contribute to the total setup and teardown time. As opposed to this, it's plug and play, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
We got 2 buttons, we got 2 mics, we got 2 dreams, and we got 1 man, the 6th man, trying to win some money in trivia. So when you're ready, we're gonna do a quick test while Frankie isn't looking, making sure I know how to cut the cameras. Dylan McKenzie, every question is worth $5. Ooh. Are you ready?
I'm pretty sure I am ready.
All right, question number 1. What year did Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho premiere?
1962.
That is incorrect. It is actually 1960.
Ooh.
All right, question number 2. Lake George is named after which British monarch?
Wait, Lake George and King George III?
That is incorrect. It is King George II.
Oh!
And if you don't think that's unfortunate, then no idea what to tell you. But it's okay. We're moving on to question number 3. So far, Dylan McKenzie at $0. I got this question from my beautiful girlfriend, Taylor Bump, who was nowhere here, so I just said nice things for no reason. To those of you unaware, my girlfriend Taylor is a medical imager. She's very smart, a lot smarter than I. I sling drinks and I'm an alcoholic. I'm not trying to be unprofessional, but normally I write my trivia down on pen and paper. I had to be a little more nuanced with it today because I don't plan ahead for things, so everything is written in Samsung Notes. This question comes straight from my girl Taylor, and that is, what does MRI stand for?
Medical resource imaging or medical something?
Ooh,
magnetic?
Boy.
Magnetic resource imaging?
Oh boy, so close, but boy does it suck to suck because MRI stands for magnetic resonance imaging.
Oh, yeah.
And I would have accepted one of those 7 guesses had one of them been right, but that's okay. Just kidding, love you, buddy. All right, I'm gonna rely on some of your honesty here because I don't know if you were down and within earshot when Frankie and I made some of these questions, but what owner of, well, the owner of what MLB team used to own a house on the east side of Lake George?
I'm just gonna pass that one.
Come on, just pick a team. Pick a team.
Yankees?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you for picking a team, but no, the Boston Red Sox actually.
Ooh.
You're very, very close. All right. Dylan, you're just like us. You're an alcoholic. So I assume you know your beer to what extent. What does IPA stand for?
India Pale Ale.
And boy, oh boy, do we have your first $5. All right. Next question. Open at 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. The Shack, literally right down the stairs from Lagoon, offers what type of rental service?
What type of what?
Open from 9 to 7. The Shack, literally right down the stairs from Lagoon, offers what type of rental service?
Boat rentals?
Boat rentals is correct. Dylan McKenzie is doing a lot of things right here. But can you keep the streak going? Question number whatever. What do the 5 rings of the Olympics stand for?
The 5 continents?
That's correct, yes. Originally, during the Olympics, there's only 5 participating continents. Antarctica, believe it or not, has yet to submit any participants. Who's the other one?
I don't know. Yeah, those penguins. They got to participate.
Yeah. That's a later, dude, I don't know.
The luge. They can do the luge.
I don't know, my guy.
Maybe skeleton, you know.
I don't know. I filmed one. I filmed one event up at Whiteface, and I'm not gonna act like I know anything, except that every person who skis and snowboards sounds the exact same. Like literally, dude. Just imagine, dude. Seriously, imagine every person just coming up to you, and they all sound like "Cha, bro." It's literally what every single one of them sounds like. I don't care that I'm generalizing, because I'm right. Next question. Bill McKenzie at a staggering $15 so far has a chance to tie the leader in accrued winnings, Nicole from Putnam Place. Crazy, right?
Damn.
It'll make up for the wings that you stole from Peter's that one time. Just kidding. All right, next question is, what country's national animal is the unicorn?
Oh. Has to be a Scandinavian country, right? Or
Just pick a country, my guy. I'm not giving hints.
man. Is it Norway?
No. It's actually Scotland, unfortunately.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm part Scottish, man.
Are you really? Dude,
Yeah, yes. One of my longest lineages goes back to Scotland. On my mom's side, the Montgomerys. I have somebody my 7 times great grandfather came here from Scotland in the 1740s.
Wow.
So I have some family that's been here since colonial times.
I always just tell people I'm Irish and Italian because it's so much easier than going through the whole rigmarole
I have some Irish
of
too.
like
My mom's
what the pie chart
mother's
but-
side is Irish. So I'm like Irish, Scottish, and a mix of other European people. Some French Canadian too. So.
We're learning a lot.
Yeah.
One of these episodes we'll do an entire genealogy report. Working on that sponsorship as we speak. Totally.
23andMe.
Next question is, what kind of liquor is Rumpelmann's classified as?
What, Rumpelmans?
Rumpelmann's.
Liquor or liqueur? What's the liquor?
It is okay. Liqueur is still liquor.
Yeah. Isn't it like, it's like a schnapps or
What type of schnapps?
a peppermint schnapps?
That is correct. Dylan McKenzie is at even $20 because Rumpelmann's the official shot of almost every bartender in the world.
Well,
Peppermint schnapps,
Yeah,
100 proof, 50%. It is just good enough to justify drinking in excess.
my maternal grandfather owned a bar and he had Rumpelmann stuff, and that's how I knew about it. You know.
He was a
And also
Rumpy's chap
Rumpelmann's, yeah.
before. How long's Rumpy's been around, do you think?
I have no idea how long it's been around. Like, I'm not an expert on all liquors, but I know it's been around like at least more than 50 years because
More than 50 years.
at least more
That's
than 50
fair.
years because my grandfather's bar opened up in 1963 and it closed in 2013, just before I turned 21 a year later.
That is, yeah. Well, I mean, my math skills aren't that great.
He didn't want any of the grandkids drinking at his bar.
Yeah, no. I don't want to raise alcoholics. I want them to figure it out on their own. All right, we have 3 questions left. Dylan, you could win up to $35 from my pocket.
Woo.
Next question. Is it true or false? We have a 50-50 on this.
Ooh.
Hennessey is classified as a brandy.
False.
False is correct. Hennessey is technically a cognac.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. It's basically.
He didn't know it. He didn't know it.
It is. It's a protected destination of origin from the European Union. It can only be made in a certain region of France, just like Armagnac or something like that. Yeah.
Dude.
A cognac is basically like it's like champagne to sparkling wine.
No.
Or tequila
No.
Yeah.
Okay, you're wrong on that part.
No, but
Cognac is like its own type of brandy.
it's a brandy, but it's made in a certain region of France by law.
I feel like Hennessy is American made.
No,
I'm gonna consult the experts on that, but not right now.
No, Hennessey is a French liquor.
All right. You have,
Like Grand Marnier is made from cognac and it's orange flavor.
dude. Seriously, I literally bartend, and I'm being schooled right now. This is kind of embarrassing, but it's all right. We're having fun.
My late grandfather had a bar for 50 years, and when he was unable to make drinks for his guests, I'd made drinks for him. So that's why I learned all that.
What's the dumbest drink? What's the dumbest drink you've had someone ask you for?
Well, I think it's supposed to have been family and friends, so I haven't had any dumb drinks, but I made myself a BJ.
First time for everything, huh, buddy? This is terrible. This is never seeing the light of day. I'm glad that the family who was just fucking eating left. We're gonna get a very strongly worded email from somebody.
Some mom.
Yeah.
Some mom's gonna complain.
Dude, Ma's gonna kill me. But all right, we got 2 questions left. You have a chance to win $35 still. Jameson or Rumpelmann's? Which one has a higher proof?
And Jameson, regular Jameson should be 80 proof. Rumpelmann's liqueur might be less. I'm gonna go with Jameson because it has to be 80 proof at least.
Ah, Dylan, you're wrong.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes. So yes, although absolutely you're correct. Generally speaking, most whiskeys, rums, vodkas, and tequilas
the mainstream ones are 80 proof.
They're set. Yeah,
40% alcohol, 80 proof.
Yeah, absolutely. Rumpies,
In American,
dude.
U.S. proof.
Rumpies, dude. Our Rumpelmans, 100 proof, 50%.
Oh, I remember. Now I'm thinking about.
That's why they
it's
are.
in my head because I should have. They're the yeah.
In more ways than one, they're still the world's strongest breath mint. All right, Dylan, you're at $25 right now. You could make an even 30 with this final question. What are all of the ingredients in a Cape Codder?
Cape Codder. That's basically a vodka cranberry, a highball, but lime. But sometimes you add lime.
God damn it. That is correct.
Well, most places you say vodka cranberry. You say Cape Codder, they look at you funny. So I'd say vodka cran.
Dude, I've been saying this. Well, I heard it, and then once I heard old timers in the bar game tell me, I started freaking the hell out because I have had an old person and a young person both come to my bar and say, I want a Cape Codder. So we have decided, myself, Luke Elder, and Sean Beers, the other two nighttime bartenders at Peters, 55 is the cutoff. If you are younger than 55 and you ask for a Cape Codder, you're a douchebag. But Dylan, that is correct. Either way,
I know
a Cape Codder, vodka cran with a lime, and you win $30 fucking dollars.
Oh yes.
Did he break the record?
No, Nicole from the Putnam Place.
I saw that. I was there.
Yeah, we were all there, dude. So 30. So 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Woo! There you go, buddy. That's that's.
I'm getting myself untied too.
Yeah, dude, that might cover your.
I'm like leashed I'm leashed to the system here.
Yeah, we're having fun. Honestly, I really do enjoy giving away money to people because I'm not a trivia snob, but I'm like a trivia addict. I'm addicted to like 5 things on this planet, but trivia is one of them. And the pursuit for useless knowledge is something I will always be about. And you guys are going to be stuck with me for the next couple of minutes or seconds while Mr. Gavone puts his lavalier microphone back in once again. I'd like to give a shout out to Frankie for purchasing these lavalier mics to make the setup and tear down process of having a podcast way much easier. And it's a beautiful thing, right?
Well, hey, teamwork, man.
Makes the dream work,
man. So yeah, Dylan, that is the last time you'll ever be on the trivia. I feel like that's a new rule.
Well, he didn't participate last time.
So
I think so.
If you've been on trivia once,
you
can't come on for a couple of years.
Unless you made zero money the last time or the first time.
Exactly. You made out better than us, Dylan.
Well, yeah. Technically, everyone here made out better than me.
Every trivia player makes out better than us.
I'm gonna have to make up for it at 7:30 when we actually do trivia at Lagoon.
Yeah. Honestly,
dude,
I would like to
10.
come back here again. This is a great vibe. If we work out the technical difficulties next time, I think it would be a great location. I mean, the fact that we're literally watching the sunset as we're sitting here, like you guys, like the only reason why we're not showing you is because we want you to come here. So, with that being said, we're gonna wrap up this podcast with what we've been watching, what we've been listening to, if we've been playing video games, what we've been playing. Brett, let's just go down the list. What have you been consuming?
All right. I had one of the greatest bonding moments of my life over one song that has been stuck in my head.
What is that?
Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill.
Oh, okay.
One of my regulars at the bar, him and I, like 2:59, it's just him and I in the bar. I'm cleaning up. He's finishing his drink and leaving. Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill, we're just sitting like, yeah, I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this, like going through the whole thing. And at the end, like, it was such like a coming of age Disney moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but between two mid-20s dudes. It was great. So I've been listening to a lot of newer stuff in the hip hop community, for sure. Watching, my girlfriend Taylor got me hooked on New Girl.
New Girl,
which
okay.
I'm not ashamed of, but surprised about, because I've seen a lot of stuff. New Girl, and also something called Trivia Quest. So from the makers of Trivia Crack, they have a once daily episode where you can accumulate points to, like, the story is that some villain kidnapped all of the category heads, and you have to, like, get questions right and save them all. And we've almost saved them all already.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I mean, me, and then honestly, Taylor helps a lot with, like, a lot of the, like, random actress stuff, a lot of reality TV stuff. There's been a couple episodes where she has just kind of held my hand through the whole thing, because the entire episode is all categorical. So it could be like, I don't know, all about computers, but then they have that in history categories, art categories, science, literature, like, all throughout, but it's all to that central theme. So, I mean, when reality TV comes around, I'm like, boy, I've never really watched any reality TV. I watched like 2 episodes of Survivor once when I was 8, but that was really it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Trivia Quest and New Girl, and still playing some Halo Infinite when I get the time to. I haven't really had a lot of time because, you know, Florida, work.
Yeah, you've been on vacation, you've been busy.
But when I say I played like 4 straight hours of it Sunday night as a way to celebrate my birthday, it was fantastic.
That's awesome.
How did I do? Dog shit.
Dude, it's tough. Like, dude, Halo Infinite multiplayer is so tough.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Happy you're playing some games, dude.
Dude.
Cool, dude.
I really was going so long without playing, and then after every week of hearing, watching, listening, playing, it's like, wow, I haven't played in so long. I was like one of those Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 tryhards in my prime. And now, at that point, I thought, wow, I didn't have my activity to unwind and decompress and fight against burnout.
Legit, yeah.
But just having a couple hours a week even,
Shoot
just
some things.
Mindless, something I don't have to think about how I do or what I do.
Exactly.
And it's something I mean, not just in the realm of filmmakers and content creators, but everybody in general. If you are trying to beat burnout, do something mindless.
Exactly. Dude, video games is what literally saved me from myself. Like, if it wasn't for video games, I'd probably be out of this business. I'm going to go in reverse order and just say that I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, especially
Savage.
older versions from like 2015, 2016, like the games you can get for $5 at GameStop.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all about a good deal and getting
yeah.
those achievement points, and hey, a good story too. So I've been playing through Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Also, BioShock Remastered. BioShock is probably one of the coolest stories in video gaming history. I highly recommend playing that. One of the best games ever made. And one of the best years of video gaming, 2007. And then I also have been playing Rayman Legends. It's a side-scroller, very Mario-esque with its own features. A lot of fun. Highly recommend checking that out. Listening, I've been listening to some Rancid. I love Rancid. But I've been listening to more of their other songs other than just the one song. So I'm actually listening to their catalog. Very good. Billy Strings. Really been listening to a lot of Billy Strings. Come on.
How do you beat it?
Dogs in a Pile and the Ramones. I've been cranking the Ramones. I love those guys. Brings me back to 6th grade. Very, very happy about that.
Oh yeah.
Other than that,
dude, no, seriously. Like,
yeah.
To talk about one of those bands that is like teenage rebellion.
Yeah.
It's the Ramones and or the Sex Pistols.
Exactly.
You're either like you were either Team Edward or Team Jacob, or you were Ramones or you were Sex Pistols.
Right.
And that was it.
Put a bobby pin in through your ear hole and light your cigarette. That's what it was about.
Absolutely.
Being punk,
Or do what I did today. Light my cigarette on a gas stove and then frantically run out of the house to prevent the smell from staying in the house. Because teenage rebellion is something we're all good at. I mean, dude, we're at Lagoon, which just down these stairs, you got yourself into your first ever nationally syndicated television program.
We did.
Through Teenage Rebellion.
Through Teenage Rebellion. Yes. Skateboarding, Judge Judy equals Lake George Skate Plaza. Rebellion is, it's important. It's important to rebel. Because you got to think in a different way. Honestly, like, if everybody thought the same way, we would all be going in the same direction. And I think this is so left field, but like, I think that's why you have sheep and then you have the leaders. And if you don't rebel, if you don't take the risk, if you don't be the oddball, then you're just gonna be average.
Oh yeah.
And fuck that. So get a skateboard or whatever fucking way of rebellion it is.
To face private property.
Playing Halo Infinite, or just seriously, don't think outside of the box. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't try to compare yourself to somebody else. It's the best advice I can give you in life. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean,
man.
hell, dude, Rage Against the Machine had a whole banger album about that.
The first album is one of the best albums ever made. They say things that other people don't have the fucking balls to say.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's funny? I don't know if you got this from somebody here.
Yeah.
But I brought the pad that you had at me and Max.
Did you? Was it also like a bar restaurant looking receipt
Oh
thing?
no, it's exactly what you had. Yeah.
Dude, it's easy. It works every time.
I think we need Mirth Films once of these. I think that would be a pretty cool marketing aspect. But like change it to what we want to or something.
Yeah.
But we're kind of rambling at this point.
We'll figure out a way.
Trivia is about to start here at the Lagoon in Lake George, New York. Again, thank you, Lagoon, for having us here. Thank you, Maxwell Point. Thank you to the staff for being accommodating. And if you don't know where the Lagoon is and you're coming to Lake George, New York on vacation or just for a day trip, the Lagoon is right on Canada Street, right across from Capri Pizza in the Village Mall. Walk all the way down to the bottom of the stairs at the Village Mall, and you will be at the Lagoon. Great food, great beer, supporting local. It's the place to be. This has been episode 13. What else more can I say? I'm not going to try to sell fake doors here right now.
No. No, we did enough of that trying to promote the Mirth Marathon. That was fantastic.
God damn it.
I had so much fun.
We all
Actually,
had
I will
so
say,
much fun.
if I could just tell the story before we ski on Daddle.
Yeah.
So, never been to the skate park before because I don't skateboard, believe it or not.
No way.
I actually showed up in a suit, which you might remember.
Yeah, you showed up in a fucking suit.
So I showed up in a suit because I don't skateboard. I had a cig in mouth, I had a cig behind the ear. I walk up and I see the sign that says no glass bottles. Okay, I respect that. That's a hazard. No smoking of any kind or alcohol. All right, and at that point I decided I'm taking the rules as a suggestion. But so we shot an entire promo kind of highlighting the unseriousness that the Mirth Marathon's gonna have and just kind of the bullshittery that's gonna go on. And at the end, Frankie, as Frankie always does, Frankie likes to take behind the scenes pictures because it is cool to see, what the set is for that day, and the set can sometimes be very unconventional. Well, it was the Lake George Skate Park where we had such obstacles as a fucking tow truck towing a dumpster because the people who created the ice castles did not know where else to store ice when the fucking spring came, so it went in a dumpster. Because a dumpster is a good place to store ice because that ice is never going to melt and just leak everywhere. So that all happens. Making the obnoxious noises that CDL level trucks have.
Yep.
And yeah, so we kind of did it to kind of highlight the simultaneously how laid back and not serious we were going to be, but also kind of how ridiculous the Lake George Skate Park can be because it's slapped in the middle of 3 different things. And it's just it's almost as if it's a backdrop to everything.
It is. And the greatest thing is, though, when ADK Fest happens in Lake George, it's right next to the skate park.
Really now?
Yeah.
Oh, mama.
That's where it happens. That big field, that's where the Adirondack Independence Music Festival happens.
I'm excited for that, man.
It's going to be awesome.
But
we got to wrap this up.
Wait, stop. I never finished my story because I go off on fucking
sorry.
tangents.
You went off on
and
a
then we
tangent.
can go home. We can pet our dogs. But yeah, so behind the scenes photos. I have Doug and Caitlin, or Caitlin and Doug, upon my sides. And of course, I don't smile because, well, the skate park. And Frankie takes this minute to say, "Wow, Brett, you couldn't look any happier." And I was like,
I did say that.
and what did I say, Frank?
What did you say? I forgot.
I'm at a fucking skate park.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Like I ripped on every single person who was there. I was like, so this is what it's like if you don't have a job, huh?
It's pretty much it.
It was great. I had so much fun. I want to go again, and I want to rip on everybody again.
Dude, that's skate park. We're just a bunch of hoodlums. They finally stuck us somewhere after 10 years.
Yeah.
It only took 10 years. But yeah, sorry to wrap this up, guys, but we do have to head out. Again, thank you for listening to episode 13 of the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast. As all of you know, you can listen to this on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. You can watch it live each and every single week when we're doing it at home, right on Facebook and YouTube, and soon to be Twitch. April 30th, we have the Mirth Marathon 24-hour podcast in support of Michael Lachaume's brand new guitar that we hope to get him. And Listen Up Awards, June 17th at Lark Hall. YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. This has been a hell of a plug. Brett, thank you for leading the pack tonight, and I'm really happy that we have proper microphones now. This is totally going to boost our freaking podcast for the audio side of things, and it's definitely going to make it better for you guys listening to the car, because my room is boomy. It's very boomy, so this is going to be a great addition. But thank you again. This is the Cheap Flights and Cornbread podcast, episode 13, Mirth Films. Goodbye.